Today, with the executive order I am about to sign, we will bring the change that so many scientists and researchers, doctors and innovators, patients and loved ones have hoped for and fought for these past 8 years. We will lift the ban on federal funding for promising embryonic stem cell research.
I think it's a great idea. Stem cell research is something that we need to invest more in, and it's really important. I don't think that the ban was helping anything because there's so much out there that we don't know. So I think that lifting the ban will help us know a lot of other things.
I do believe we should support it monetarily or morally, I guess you could say, to give the scientists their freedom to work. Of course, within the bounds of ethics, but maybe outside of the bounds of political speculation or any kind of political battle that could go on.
At this moment, the full promise of stem cell research remains unknown, and it should not be overstated. But scientists believe these tiny cells may have the potential to help us understand and possibly cure some of our most devastating diseases and conditions.
I believe so. I'm not a scientist, so I don't know how much more, but I could imagine kind of a great deal, I suppose.
Some of our best scientists leave for other countries that will sponsor their work. And those countries may surge ahead of ours in the advances that transform our lives.
I think that proves their passion to the work and that they have the foresight to see that this stem cell research is extremely important to the biomedical community and to the future of our healthcare and possibly our longevity and quality of life. And so I think they made the right decision to go ahead and leave the country, not necessarily in hatred of America or disassociation with America, but because they're scientists and that's their passion, that's their life's work, and they needed to pursue that until our government could settle on their decision and decide what was best.
When it comes to stem cell research, rather than furthering discovery, our government has forced what I believe is a false choice between sound science and moral values. In this case, I believe the two are not inconsistent.
I think so. I don't think there's really a gray area with it. The government has always been like, it's good in this way or it's bad in this way. So I think in a way we're forced to choose sides.
Including groundbreaking work to convert ordinary human cells into ones that resemble embryonic stem cells. I can also promise that we will never undertake this research lightly. We will support it only when it is both scientifically worthy and responsibly conducted. We will develop strict guidelines, which we will rigorously enforce, because we cannot ever tolerate misuse or abuse.
I would not, as long as, I guess you could say a completely diploid being was being destroyed. Somebody that has 2 sets of chromosomes, even if it's only 5 cells big, it's living and it's human. So as long as that is not destroyed in the process, then by all means, use what we have.
I don't think they should have made it as serious as they did, but I think the ban made it that serious, and just all the hype around it made it so serious when it's something that can be helpful. Like in the long run, it can be really helpful. So I think they should take it lighter, but it's still a serious matter.
And we will ensure that our government never opens the door to the use of cloning for human reproduction. It is dangerous, profoundly wrong, and has no place in our society or any society.
Yeah, it really honestly could. If you could take someone's DNA, theoretically, you could make a clone of them. So, personally, I definitely would not want that to happen because, there's already one of me. It would be kind of shocking for the world if there's any more. But there you go. And then there's a whole thing, we could, make a new Einstein, make another Leonardo da Vinci. No, that's not necessarily true. You can make a person with the same intelligence, so to speak, theoretically, but you can never create the same person. Because you can't repeat the same situations and, all their mannerisms. You can never make the same person. You can just make a new person that looks just like the old person and try and put them in a position of being just like the old person, which will never work. It is impossible, pretty much. Mm-hmm. So, do I agree with cloning? Not really. I don't think that it should be done to put in that direction. Cloning organs, maybe, to help people, but not human beings. That's what I think of.